Hello, hello.
Hello, everyone.
So we're back again, exploring the multidimensional evolution of you and
Yep.
humanity in the now moment. And it's all about quantum, always quantum and multiplied and expanding and reconnecting. And uh, so you opened the records already today,
I did.
Akashic Records. So
I did. I opened the Akashic Records for the audience of the MultiDimensional You podcast.
mhm.
And let me just read you what came through this morning. So they said, thoughts become things. They were using that phrase. I don't know if everyone's familiar with that, but thoughts become things. They said, this can apply to manifesting what you desire. It can also work against you. When you think no one is listening to the thoughts you have in your mind, actually, your body is listening. Your body acts as an antenna to receive information as well as transmit it out into the universe. So guard your thoughts. If you find your mind going down a rabbit hole of negative thinking, this more than likely may be a sign of something that you need to address. What is truly behind this thought? What old pattern that is still hanging on can you release? If you are not sure or you are pressed for time, you can simply say with intention, release, 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 to release the thought. Your thoughts are like precious gold, so treasure them accordingly.
That implies the mental faculties and
Mm.
overload in our mental bodies and the illusion in and the disillusion that so much is an illusion
Mhm.
and the beliefs, the thought forms, what you think you know to be true appears to have an opportunity to maybe not be so true as you thought it was true.
Mhm. Yeah, for me, um, and I think I've talked about this before in here, but sometimes a thought will just come in and it's not aligned with how I, right? It's not aligned with how I believe anymore. It's not aligned with, it's just this negative thought. And it's almost like, where did that come from? No, that's not who I am anymore. That's not what I believe anymore, what I know to be true. And just releasing it. And I think a lot of times maybe it's almost like a reminder for me of how far I've come, where I was, where I might have thought that thought before, and where I am right now, where I know that's not true. I know that's not how I believe. I know that's not what I think, or what I choose to think. So,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like your message was very much directing to that thought patterns, and like even if you are in a rush of time to fit in to do your daily practice or your daily life's routine, let's call it.
mhm.
I like to, or my, let's say, my higher self likes to add something to it.
Okay.
And it's like interesting how fast this
Mm.
goes. Wow, to be disturbed that easily. I prefer to choose that I don't know anything.
Mm.
And then question, show me what I need to know. That which is more in alignment to my heart's wisdom and my true being. And then I could feel when I say release all that does not serve the highest good. To be released, released, released. Why 3 times? That's an interesting.
Mm.
The body, the mind, and the spirit.
Mm.
The power of 3,
Mm.
quantum knowledge, wisdom, is a threesome. 3 aspects: the human self, the inner child as the purest form of the self, and the oversoul or the higher self, or whatever name you want to call it, your intuition, to work in alignment. So fresh, new ideas, playfulness, and wonder of the inner child. The training of the human self, the knowledge of the body, the knowledge you gained in the profession you choose, in your surroundings, in, hey, you stop at the traffic light, that is a training. So that is a subconscious thing you know to do. Driving your car, you don't have to start every day anew to learn that. So
Right.
conscious is part of that aspect. And then we have the intuition that is combined as well in what we do not know yet, of more to be true. And you will see when you walk life's journey and become older, like I say, you grow and you evolve and you become more wise or experienced. You come at a certain time, always, when you have to contradict yourself to what you knew to be true and were following that path, that what is now outdated and will no longer serve you for where you are at now. And since there is only now, we tend to forget because we're so much clinging to the past or looking where we want to go to. The now moment holds it all. Because in this split second, I can have a thought. And you saw what happened. I blanked for a bit when I wanted to communicate, but I already shifted and changed. So I had to get back to that first thought that I didn't express yet into form, in this case, communicating in words.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was no longer important anymore, because I feel more relaxed and more at peace when it's quiet, when we keep it as simple as possible, how energy works.
Mm-hmm.
And you have only your logic brain that can assist you to connect the dots and look back how you did do it before, how you've been growing and now changed, of how you can choose to do it differently, more evolved. But that logic that keeps us holding on so tight to the survival mode
Right.
is mostly holding us back in the old habits, in the old beliefs, in the old doings, in the values we hold on tight to feel some false sense of security. No, this is me. I came to find that a lot of times I had to contradict myself as it was a role I played. We all play roles during the day, but it's all me. It's all the training, how you chose to represent yourself. So, or to be of service in that moment of now. But it's all you, even if it's roles you're playing. So which roles do you like? Or do you still value to bring with you what is completely outdated? Well, I came up this morning waking up because that mental loop and that, well, active beingness of that mental state, as in dream state or in your sleep, you transmit a lot of energies and you go in dreams and things show up and it goes very fast, like a movie that's going high speed, something like that. I felt like, oh, this when I'm waking up, seriously. And but I could sense that it's so normal for us to label something with lower stuff, like you were saying, like not good enough, or I did not do enough, or I don't know how you mentioned the word before, or the sentence. And then you came back and said, like, no, I choose again. And I thought, like, okay, distortion field of that, what comes out and what showed itself to be released. And then I chose a different way, could see all the benefit of all the aspects it holds. And then I felt, by breathing consciously and grounding myself, feeling my roots connected to the earth and to the roots of the plants and the trees. And I saw the sky, I did listen to the birds, and then just breathing, come into that heartbeat, that natural breathing aspect, that really landing in your physicality again. And I sensed, in between all those thoughts and words, I sensed a joy frequency, a peaceful frequency that was able to say, like, oh, stop. Oh, it's releasing. But I feel joy. I feel joy for the new, excitement for the new. We have all these beautiful thoughts in as well, like the message your guides gave you, or whatever you want to call it, where it comes from. It's all connections that belong to you, where you get your information from. Everything is out in the field, every channel that is in pure connection to hand down the tools or share information. It's not new, it's already there. It's just different expressions of that creation skills, and thoughts become things. That's how consciousness works. So be indeed really aware of how you phrase something. So we always question, and then when you question something, more questions after that come up.
Right.
And I think it's really more profound when you start questioning the answers you give to a question, as that will fast track you to become aware and to change and choose again anew. Because most of our subconscious answers are as well connected to what we just do. in that beingness, or in that role we play, or in that answer we give, how we represent ourselves to fit in, to connect with others. And normality is like, how are you doing? Mostly people say like, oh, I'm good. And you feel and sense something is not good. But it's just common things you say. I never ask when I don't have the time to properly listen, or really have the intent to ask, how are you? I will not ask, and I will say, oh, you are good. Have a good day. We'll talk later. Or just to make a connection verbally. But I really want to know, if I ask, are you doing well? I really want to know if you're doing well.
Just say hi instead if you're right. Like it becomes a greeting, like how are you becomes a greeting, like hi, versus how are you?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I don't care if it's a polite way, but I don't like it to become a habit of just polite. I like to be honest and connected. And this gives me a lot of mental thought forms as well. Because so many people I connect with, they pop up like, oh, they have that going on, and that person, oh, had a really, well, for their journey, a really, oh, nerve-breaking thing to step into the new. And I want to proper, in a human way, connect and asking, how did it go? But I have to go on retirement of those kind of things when you are so honestly and wanting to purely connect to everybody, because simply that would take a whole day to personally take time for everyone in that what I'm asking of myself. And as well, it can be like a tool to distract the self of focusing on that what truly benefits me.
Yeah, I like what you said about just like saying, "Oh, you look good today," or like sending them that positive energy that they probably, they probably need. Everyone likes to hear a compliment or, something like that, and just sending that out to them when you don't really have the time, like you said, to connect with them in the way that you truly want to. But I like that, so I'm going to start doing that.
Yeah, that's good. And actually, when you really look somebody with an open heart deep into the eyes, that's the most profound connection you can make with another person. The easiest way is to become near and touch a person that will activate as well the enzymes we need to feel alive. But even if when somebody is truly enraged or not well safe to approach, you open your heart and you connect and look into their eyes and you make that connection. That's like a triangle to the other person. Just try it one time. You'll see that will change.
A little while ago, I got another little message, and basically what they were saying was the power is in the now moment.
Yeah, true. See, like Eckhart Tolle, he did write his book and gave so many lectures about it and around that topic. There is only now, and everything changes so fast. Just our mental capacity and training keeps us in always diving into the old, because then we become aware of what did happen. But we are not so fast in learning or letting go. So we really have to learn to detach as well.
Yeah. So not being in the now leads to a lot of anxiety and fear and, anxiety about the past, things that you could have done differently, fear of the future, things that might happen, but might not happen. Right? So living in the now is really, it's like, it's the calm, it's the peace.
Yeah, that brings the peace, the silence, the innate knowingness, the innate wisdom to remember you already have skills of compassion, empathy, wisdom, connection, interests to your surroundings, kindness, openness. It's good to be firm as well. It's not a negative frequency. Tough love, I call that. Sometimes it's needed. Setting boundaries, sometimes it's needed.
For sure.
So that brings, when you feel, when you start using things as visualizations to feel proper and become aware of your feet on the ground and feel your energy merging with the energy of the ground underneath you, and then merging into that communication grid work with the roots of the trees. It's just a tool to visualize and to bring up the energy. A great way and tool to visualize that is to feel yourself laying in the water of the sea when the ebb and the flow is coming, and by breathing in the ebb and feel the water sliding over your legs, and on the out breath sliding back down again. It really gives you that staccato, that breathing frequency that belongs to you, your natural way of organically breathing with all that is. All the quantum aspects, all the build-ups were all living life is built from the atoms and the elements, the geometric structures. And that's communication as well, to feel you belong in that now moment. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to feel that tangible sense of the physical body, the self, of the energy expanding around. And as well, open your thoughts, go beyond those programs, will open up as well to allow that what you do not know yet. Are you curious enough to explore? And then you will sense coming back to your heart space, as that is the connection, always the heart. And you're breathing, you become more relaxed just by making that expanding connectiveness visualization. And then you will feel it's like becomes one torus field. And you just go on the waves of breathing, light, now moment, sound.
It's beautiful.
Even now, the sound of this coming together, I even see the light around you expand, field around you, because we open more light to flow through. our cells to vibrate on a higher frequency. We're just taking a little bit of conscious time to in conscious ways and intentions sit, be still, intend to open up, intend to be curious enough for that you don't know yet, to as well say like, oh yeah, I can let go.
Yeah, I think our intention is the key. That I mean, I didn't always realize that, but just becoming more and more aware of it now, really, it's not about having to do a lot, know a lot. It's more about just our intention in all, the intention in all.
And actually, what you don't know conscious yet, it's already out there in that quantum
Right.
field, your blueprint, in your gold print, in your DNA. That went dormant because there was no room to become conscious, but it was still there. We saved it at one point for the opening, for when it's time you are open and spacious enough and relaxed enough and peaceful enough to receive for the next steps from that every new now moment.
Yeah, that's the beautiful thing about releasing. As these things come up and we realize our old patterns and we release them, is it creates space so that, like you said, we can receive that information.
No, when a box is full, a box is full.
Right.
Oh, well, you can try to stuff it in. You're stubborn. I myself in ways, and hey, when you really like doing something or creating something in an old way, and it always went well, hey, of course you try to go on your subconscious old ways. Why not allow when it's all can smoothly flow with grace and more ease, and even adding some more extra, well, cherries on the cake.
Right.
Yeah, why should you not say yes to new ways to change out of a sentimental attachment, out of a fear of losing? You need to be refreshed and clear and open to receive. This is why it's so beneficial, and it's like innate things we do when spring starts. We start to clean and clean our house. When winter comes in, we tend to lock ourselves up and hibernate a little bit more. And then we all complain about the hibernation, but actually it's a rest period. So stop complaining, but allowing and accepting that what just simply is a natural organic flow, like the ascension process is as well. Evolution and growth is an organic way. And we can spice it up by allowing more pure light to connect with from that quantum field, as now the old density layers are changing, shifting, removing. We do not lose anything. We will gain more equality. So even accept that the darkness holds as well the same beauty. It's the same source. The roots of the tree are in the dark soil. They flourish, they hibernate to grow and grow beyond.
Mhm.
Nothing wrong with darkness. It trains us patience. It trains us to see truth.
Mhm.
It brings back balance. Because when you're always on the top of high, you will not have time to chill and become
Yeah.
aware of the intention of being in the now moment. So ascending, like we shared before, goes alongside descending to bring back the balance. So grounding,
Mhm.
foundating the new awareness that there is more.
Mhm.
We have to foundate it and ground it at one point, to root it again, to take time to integrate, to let it grow and evolve on its own according its
Mhm.
natural order. We cannot overpower it, we cannot force it.
Mhm.
What we can do is place an intention in our heart with our thoughts in our heart. It would be amazing if this and that can be happening, but then let it go. Your conscious logic mind knows the small steps to take, because that's simple what the logic can provide to support the intention and the wishes of the wanting, where you want to go to, what you want to create.
Mhm. Mhm.
It's never a force.
Mhm.
All happens according to a natural rhythm, flow.
Right. Mhm. That word comes in a lot. I hear it, I see it, I feel it all the time now. So it's a good reminder. Allow the flow, be in the flow.
And accept what is, and accept as well what is far beyond their expired time.
Right. Yeah.
And that's what all trainings, all teachers, all masters that walk the earth all share the same principles. But according to 2000 years ago, or 500 years ago, or 100 years ago, or it are the same principles. But now is now.
Mhm.
So now we have the capacity and ability to connect with more higher consciousness levels that go beyond. So it's simply the beauty of the now moment. So the story is so beautiful. Dare we to believe that we create the new reality.
Mhm.
And good to have past examples, but as well, there are a lot of human vessels and holding very high consciousness in beings like you, me, sharing a lot of high consciousness that is not from this planet.
Mhm.
And even if we do not have the verbal words to put it into form yet, in our frequency, it is a felt sense. And it always is only felt when it comes from a pure, open heart space.
Mhm.
It doesn't matter if you understand what is been shared, then connect to the feel of it, like you're listening to the wind or a small breeze or the waters or a beautiful piece of music. Just listen to the resonance behind the words or what has been given. There is more to explore.
Mm-hmm.
Like a few days ago, in the middle of the night, we had that conversation going on together about the ringing ears and
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
then what you did say, like in 2015, you were sharing with me when you went to a hypnosis session or something, and
Mm-hmm.
you told that lady like, "Oh, ringing sound. It's like I can hear my aura. Hey, surprise!" Actually, you can. So the more and the higher we start to vibrate, it's like our animals. They hear more sounds.
Mm-hmm.
Why, when you whistle on that flute, the dog will hear it even when he's miles away.
Uh-huh.
When we tune in more to our sensitivity and not shy away of our sensitivity or empathic, very fast, overactive nerve system, which is actually a very great tool. They already created like those beautiful small things you can put on a plant, and you can hear the sound of the plant that it's making a song.
Oh, yeah.
Really love those devices.
Mm-hmm.
Never bought one, but because then I know I will be hooked to it.
Yeah.
Every living thing makes a sound.
Right. Yeah.
So for those that come on sounds and frequencies from the beyond and the higher frequencies, who are so sensitive that they just merge in that flow, are now coming down to assist us, because now they know they can connect,
Mm-hmm.
because more of us are open to connect and to explore those realms of sounds and frequencies. Like Einstein already said, sound and frequency is going to be the new medicine.
Mm-hmm.
And we know it. We know it.
Yeah.
When we lower our frequency, our thought forms, especially, we get lumps, bumps, pains, and aches.
Mm-hmm.
When we address them, acknowledge them, and say, but I choose differently to go with what is and what I can do with the destruction or the disability or whatever, then new ways open up.
Mm-hmm.
So we are never limited. And even if it's a struggle for the mind and you have to let go the old, I have to navigate now due to my fall to coming back and using my arm differently, not overdo it. Hey, that comes hard to me
Mm-hmm.
because I'm used as well, like, well, don't complain, just put your shoulders under it, and then you go, 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 and then you rest later on. That's it. This is my training, being a working horse.
Mm-hmm.
Can't with this because I'm bullying myself, so I have to accept what is. And is it shitty at times? Yes, I find it not so comfortable at all, but maybe that's exactly what I need.
Right.
And then still I can deepen that inner, deeper knowing in self. That's how we're trained to keep going. But it doesn't have to be painful to grow. And even if a caterpillar is in his cocoon and has to feel that pressure to activate the nerve systems, otherwise he wouldn't fly. I'm not a caterpillar.
Right.
Human. For humans, I really have the intention that we keep connected when we come in. We do not forget and we can grow with a fresh start. But remembering our innate gifts and just learn in physical form to add more to that.
Mm-hmm.
That is of benefit for the all. It doesn't have to be a struggle or painful. Challenges are good because that keeps us sharp. But pain and struggle, my intention that will lessen more and more.
Mhm. For me, I feel like sometimes when that does happen, it's because I haven't been either responding or paying attention or to the subtler prompts, I guess. So it's almost like I have to get knocked down in order to say, "Oh, okay, yes, I understand."
Hey, but we go forward. We are now aware. I'm aware too. I
Yeah.
was knocked down as well, even if I knew, even if I was asking too much of self, aware.
Mhm.
I even became like mad at self, aware. Like, why are you doing this, stupid? But it's also to become even more at peace and balanced that we address this topic again. So we shift for more than just only ourselves. This habit
Mhm. Yeah.
of training. Again, that word knowledge. I want to know more. But the joyful and fun part of it is that you do not know all, because then still you can stay in a little bit of dreaming and wonder to explore.
Mhm.
As when all the knowledge, which my friend Ruth was saying so beautifully, yeah, the written knowledge is magic already in fast form.
Mhm.
So that helped me to bring it into more neutral state for myself, because I don't like to be a copycat or get my information out of books or too much copycatting.
Mhm.
I will always be have my integrity in place to where the source of information comes from, when I know which is the source of information, which I use as like, oh yeah, that's beautiful wording of
Mhm.
what it is from all those different sources sharing or telling the same. Loyalty and integrity still very
Mhm.
valuable.
So for me, it was so freeing to finally realize that, like you said, all the knowledge, it's there in the quantum field, and we can just pull it down as we need it. We don't have to store all of the knowledge or feel like we need all of the knowledge. We just can pull it down as we need it. And that was very freeing for me. Took it was that was like almost like a weight, I guess, I was carrying
Mhm.
around, thinking I needed to learn more. I need to, I need to continually be a student and study and know everything. Um, but I, now that I see, it's the quantum library, right?
It is. And in the now moments, I can always jump in and the right things come through, even if I
Mhm.
don't know where it comes from, where I get it from.
Mhm.
When you really are in that 0 point field, pops up. I do not have to claim it as if it is mine. I can just share how you can connect with that field. And that's being open, grounded, and with a pure intent. And I can sometimes go in there and but I think it's a it's a bit stuck value as well to me. To not too much sneak peek into the quantum yet. Because, well, I have no words. I sense the frequency of it, but I do not have words. I just have to, that's what I hear my higher self tapping me on the shoulder like, hey, it's okay because you may look into the quantum because you are humble enough to see and know you will use it wisely for the benefit of all. So thank you. Ooh, that does do give a shift in my heart. Like you were saying, there was a heavy load. I feel there was a heavy staying put. Wow. So we all have layers to shed, clear, let go of. And let it be cleared on past, present, and future timeline.
There's always more layers.
Always, I don't know yet.
For me, there always seems to be more layers.
It's also according what you forgot, you promised your soul to enjoy in this
That's
time
true.
and to bring.
Yeah, that's true. For sure.
Yeah, we're here at a timetable, I believe.
Yep.
As you have earthly, well, things you said yes to attend. So it's good.
Yeah, I think
Jump
we've got
to that field.
Yeah.
The new from the east. New ways to explore. Merging with all things that just bring grounding and safety to real life.
Yeah, grounding is very important, especially these days.
Oh yeah, with the full moon coming up on the 13th of April on Sunday. Very profound, it's very busy. The firm yes, and truth coming up, even the shadow sides. So be aware, just allow, observe, stay the observer of what is ready to go and be honest to self, what is addressed to a little bit more focus on to allow the shift to happen and to change and make new choices. And on that note, we're going to love you and leave you. Our energy stays with us and your energy stays with you, but see it as listen behind the word, as it's always a transmission in consciousness, what we share.
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful. Kathy, thank you for the co-creation.
Thank you. And thanks to everyone for listening, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah, and drop some questions either in our mailbox or whatever, so we can assist with more topics. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
See you next time.
Bye.